Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Scale Wonderland. Today we're gonna build the 1/25 scale Jagdtiger from Takom. It's gonna be in the BLITZ version. That means less part, and it's gonna be easier to build, and also it's gonna be faster to get ready to paint. We're also gonna add a lot of different aftermarket parts like photo etch, a metal barrel, and also super amazing metal tracks. Hope you like it. Just a quick piece of history before we start. The 72-ton Jagdtiger was the heaviest armored fighting vehicle used operationally by any nation in World War II, and also the heaviest combat vehicle of any type to be produced during the conflict. So we're gonna build another big cat today. So basically, it's a pretty straightforward build since it's in the BLITZ version of Takom. So that means less part, and it's basically easy, and it's quicker to go to directly to painting. But not so far. We have a lot of problem with this kit. It doesn't fit. We have to basically grind and remove some plastic part just to make sure that the front all will be able to fit properly. So the next part is we're gonna fix everything inside, because, like I said, we're gonna glue the two part together. Because we have some work to do on the chassis. I'm just gonna basically quickly fill the hole with Tamiya putty. Normally, it's not something that I use normally, but since, like I said, I have only this in front of me, you can use Tamiya putty, you can use milliput or different things like that. So we're just gonna clip and remove everything. Now it's time for the photo etch part. When you build any vehicle and you can grab some photo etch, it's gonna give you a lot more details on your build, or basically anything. So I'm fixing everything with VMS black tin glue, basically black. Why black? The only reason why is to see when you apply the photo etch where you're gonna apply it, and you can use debonder after all to remove the excess glue. In the new kit these days, there's some photo etch that come with the kit, but I always buy some aftermarket detailing photo etch. So since a lot of crew are walking on these photo etch part, I'm just gonna press down a little bit with the other end of our brush. The old way of doing the welding seams was to use a scriber. In this case, I was using Tamiya. The airplane guys still use it, but I find out that those chisel works like magic. It's I will put the link in the description if you want to buy this set. It's basically $12 or $15, and like you see, it's gonna remove and do a precise cut to your weld, and it's going to be a lot easier after all to put your putty. In this video, I will pass, I would say, quickly on the weld seams, how I do it and everything like that. But I will put a link in the basically top right corner that you can press. That's a video I did dedicated to the weld seams. So it's an easy process. So after you carve your weld seams, you're just gonna apply tin glue to basically fix everything. So to do the weld seams, I'm using Tamiya epoxy putty. That's the best thing to do. I tried a lot of different things. You will see on the video if you watch it. But basically, it's a two-part epoxy putty that you can you mix together to have basically a sticky part, and you're just gonna use your acrylic sheet or plastic sheet to roll some kind of a sausage with it, like a really thin sausage. Using water, it's not gonna stick onto your working board or different things like that. So after that, you're just gonna apply it in your weld seams, and that's the trick. And you're just gonna do some weld beads with some kind of a tool that you can have. But like I said, it's to mimic the weld pass that the fabrication did when they build the tank. In fact, it's not an easy task, but with practice, you're gonna make a perfect weld seams. So now it's time for the cast steel texture. I also have a video that I did on how to do it with two different methods. In this case, I'm using the two-part cast steel texture. The first part of it is to use Tamiya cement. So not the thin one, because it's gonna evaporate too fast, but like the regular cement, a little bit thicker. So it's gonna dry as fast as the thin one. So that's the first part. You're just gonna do a stippling all over the place. And the second part of it is using Tamiya putty. You can use also Vallejo plastic putty, but in this case, I'm gonna use Tamiya putty. You're just gonna mix it with a little bit of your cement to make sure that your paste will be, I would say, softened and a little bit more liquid. After you're done your mix, you're just gonna apply it with the stippling method. It's honestly, the cast steel texture is the easiest way to pimp up your tank. It's gonna give so much character. It's gonna make your tank more heavy. It's gonna make your tank more real. So it's an easy way to pimp up your model armor. But it's not all the armor that does this. Like the Sherman tank, some turret from the Soviet, and also there's some German, like the Jagdtiger, that has some kind of a cast steel texture. So after you did your cast steel texture, you're gonna continue give more character to your tank. By using a file, you're gonna mimic the cut marks. Basically, it's they're gonna cut all the metal by torch because of time consuming. Instead of using machinery, they're gonna use it a flame torch. So some file with a file, it's a lot easier to give some cut mark, and also it's gonna mimic the real thing. And also, again, it's only a matter of giving more details to your tank, because if you build a tank straight from the box and doesn't add anything, it's gonna be fine if you're a beginner. But if you want to add some more character to any build you do, just buy like a photo etch if you can find it, some metal tracks, add some cast steel texture if it's relevant to the era or the kind of tank. So now it's time for the metal track. Normally I'm using a Furl model, but in this case I find basically it's a Chinese company that does that. It's from Ian company. I would say that with Furl model, the only thing I didn't like at all, and I've been using those metal tracks for years, It's only a matter of like cutting all the freaking metal pins and things like that, and also I have to clean every single hole. So full model, if you change your model, hit me with maybe a Tiger 1 or something like that. So basically it's super easy to fix your track, the same thing as you do with regular plastic track, but in this case I'm using a double-sided tape. It's easier to keep your track in place, and it's a lot easier to put your pin inside of every single hole, and this way your track will stay really fine. After I assemble a piece of track, I'm just going to use again the VMS black tin glue to make sure that the pin will not go through. Last step, to make it perfect, I'm just gonna drill some hole and to make sure that everything will pops out again. So this is part 1 and the result of what we did in this video. The next video will be the paint job, so we'll basically paint the base color and also the camouflage. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you in the next video.